Hi crafters. Um, you were all asking me how I designed my own packaging. The packaging that I made on the juice box that my husband designed. In this episode I'm going to try to show you what I did, and it's not that complicated, but if you don't have it already installed on your computer, you need to have the software of the silhouette. Even though you don't own the machine, you can download it for free. You go to software and then get software, and here you have the download. If you download it, you have the basics, and that's all you need to do what I do in this video. So just download it, install it on your computer or laptop, and you're good to go. If you want something nice on your packaging, there is an option to install more fonts onto your computer. If you want a nice font, you can go to dafont.com and install by clicking download any font you see or like, that you will be able to use onto your computer. So you just have to save it and then unzip it and put it in, I don't know how it's called exactly, but your settings of your computer. Those are two things that are very important if you want to have something to dress up your box with. I did not use in this sample the original file because I don't want people to be able to steal my design. So what I did is I made a basic layer. So this is the basic box, not how the original one is if you buy the digital file, but at least then I could show you how you would be able to make something like this. I only see that I forgot to take one line out. Push through the back. I know mine is in Dutch, but I will walk you through every step that I did. So I had my score lines, I have the notches that you see in my original one, and now I want to dress this box up. I'm going to do this one away. And let's say we are going to make a blueberry one, because I made a strawberry one here, but for example, I want to make a blueberry one. What I did is I typed in blueberry banner background, and then you get all kinds of rectangle shaped backgrounds. And I already found one that I think will be suitable to use. What you do is you click on the image and then you find an image and there is text inside, but that doesn't matter. If you click on your left mouse button and click copy, you go to your Silhouette program and you click paste, then it will paste the image into your Silhouette software. Then you can enlarge the picture however large you need. Push it through the background so you can see how big your packaging will be. Not always is it possible to, for instance, drag this to the bottom side, because then your blueberries will be looking very funny. So what I normally do is see how it's looking when I try to fill around with the image and the packaging. The red lines show me the packaging. Let me take this line away so you don't have the bother of that one. But let's say we are going to use this image. What you also could do is, if you want this part also to be on the package around here, is cut this one in half. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. If you cut it in half like this, you can see if you can fiddle around a little bit like this, put it on one of the score lines where you cut it, because if you fold it over, you won't see that you trimmed it into something less large. I don't know how to say it in any other way. I hope you know what I mean. So yeah, it's possible to do it like this. So what I'm going to do is take the two pictures, drag them down, and now you see that there is something in the middle, and that's something I want to get rid of. But the problem with this background is that you see very slight triangles, and those make it impossible to do what I normally do. But let's see if I cut off the L, if I still have left or are left with enough space so I can glue them together like this. It's a little bit of fiddling around, but you see it will work. Oh no, that doesn't work, so I have to be very precise. Yes, these are two panels I can use. So I make them one, because you see a seam here if you look very, very close. But if you put that seam exactly onto your packaging, it doesn't matter. So that's option one. Let me put this one aside and give you another example. Let's see if we can find another background that's suitable to use as a packaging. Now this one has all kinds of items in it. This one would be usable as well, but I wanted to show you what I did with the strawberry one. And I'm sorry that I'm scrolling. I know that's hard to look at, but I want to show you what I did, because that's an option too. And I don't see any picture that I can do what I wanted to show you. Oh yes, here we have one. Yes, this would be usable too. Copy, then I go to my packaging, I click on paste, I make it larger, and I push it through the background to the not through, but to, sorry. And then I will make it a little bit less large, because this was larger than my package. So, and here you can see, because you have your lines inside, you can see what will be on the front and on the back of your packaging. What you could do, because here is blueberry, but it says your text, and if you zoom in, you see a faded dream, well, a faded item in the background. What I normally do, and that's what I did with the strawberry one, I take my eraser and I take this part out. But I have to be very careful not to take anything else out of the picture, because that will be very visible. So now I can select this middle part and take it out, and nobody will know, unless I go to the side, that there is a hole inside. But I want this gap to be filled up with the same color as the background. And that's something you can do very easily. What you do is you make an oval, because the hole is oval shaped. You click on the coloring image, you select the dropper, and with the dropper you can pick a color from your background. But if I do it like this, put to the background, you see an orange funny hole. So I have to pick this whitish color, and now nobody will see that there is a hole inside. As long as you group these together, you're good to go. So I'm going back to my image, so you can see now, you don't see that there is a hole inside of the image that I want to use for my packaging. Then you have two side pieces. The pieces that I used, I don't know if the picture will show it, but I used those sides to put a text on that I liked a lot. What you do is you go to your letter A and then you type your text. At first the text will be way too big, not colored in, etc., etc., but that's something we can do right now. So let's say ingredients, and then I always like to make it way smaller so I have a clear image on how it will look. Then I will zoom in for you so you can see it more clearly. And then I'm going to give my fill color a color in the background, so the purplish color, and the line color I can do the same. But it doesn't stand out, so I think I need to make it more bluish. So like this, and then the fill color also bluish. See, that stands out a lot more. But you can pick any color. You can even pick the green color if you like. You only have to select what you want to color. Then you go to your dropper. You pick a color you like, for instance this green. Then you'll change your line color into that green, and you can do the text in green. It's whatever you want. Then you can adjust the font. You double click on it and click and drag and make it all blue. Then you go to your fonts and pick a font out you like a lot. For instance, my go-to one is this one. I like that one a lot, but it's harder to read. So let's say we pick this one. Adobe Nash, I don't know how to pronounce that, but I think you can read it here. That's the name of the font I'm using right now. And then you can type whatever text you want. So if you want to say filled with love and goodies, please enjoy them. So let's say this is the text I want to put on here. Now I can align them in the middle and I can zoom out and make them bigger. I know it's only a short sentence what I did, but come on program, why won't you cooperate with me? You can type way more than I did. It's not that you have to do it this short. You can fill up this whole image. You can go and look for a barcode. So let's say barcode vector. Then go to images and then, for instance, select a barcode you like. So let's say this one. We go to copy to our image. We say paste. Then I have to take off the white. And how do I do that? Is I have the image here. I go to trace. I select it all. Make sure everything I want to trace is yellow enough. Then I say trace and separate, and then the background is gone. I can then paste it onto my packaging so it looks way more real with the real barcode. I can even, if I want to, take the numbers away and put in a text. It's whatever you want and whatever you like to do with your packaging. Now it's time to dress it up, and yeah, everybody has his own taste, so we can do it all in a different way. And then if you want, for instance, a nice text like here, blueberry, then you go to your letter A again, blueberry. Select this, and I want this to have this purplish color. I want the line color also to be purple, and I'm thinking about a nice font. That's one that's possible. No, I don't like that one. Sometimes you have to look what you like the most. I don't want to make this a drama, but I'm looking for just a fun font that I can use on this packaging. So let's say I want to use this one. Make sure you weld all the letters together. You don't see any loose connections, I know, but I know they are separate, the letters right now. So first click on this image to weld them, and then on this image to group them. And then you can put them on your package and you know for sure that it's welded good enough. But now you see that my B and my L is almost fading away into the background. So what I have to do is I have to make them darker. So maybe this color, and then the line color also this color. And now you see way better the word blueberry. You can do things to this whatever you like. It's not so complicated to do. What you also could do is make a box under it. That's what I did on my package too, and I put the word lemonade in it. So then you make a box that you think is a good size, and all is to your imagination. You can fill the box up with the color, and then you go to your text, and then you type the word lemonade. You fill that word lemonade up with a white line and white color. I know you can't see it right now, but trust me, it's white. So white and white. Then I have to reduce the text so it will fit into, oh, I knew this was going to happen. And then you can make it in any font you like by double clicking, click and drag, and then select, for instance, this font, make it bigger, a little less, like this. And if you want, for instance, something like this at the front, that's possible too, to make it look more cute. I'm just giving you options what you could do with designing your own background. Then I can separate the letters, put this in the middle, and make a second one, so I can add that to the end, and then space them the same as the letters. I have to select them all and make them into a group, so when I shift them they will all shift at one or in one go. So, and then if you are happy with the packaging you made, what you do is you select all, but there is a very few things that I like to tell you. If you own a silhouette and you can, let's say, print and cut it. If you don't own a silhouette, there are multiple options. I first like to show you what you do if you own a silhouette, because if you go to send, you will see that everything you add, even the oval, even the whole inside, will go and cut. What you can do the best is select those images and say don't cut. So the images that you don't want the machine to cut, you have to tell him don't cut them. So I select the holes, don't cut. I select the barcode, don't cut. This way he will only cut the base of the box. So then I can go to design, select all, weld everything together. So when I shift it, everything will shift in one go. And then you have to add it to your print and cut mat. So like this, make sure it's in the middle. Oh, I have to adjust my letter size because I need to print it on an A4. I have to turn it 90 degrees and put it like this. Then you can give your printer the assignment to print this out, put it on your cutting mat and cut it out, and then you will be left exactly with something I have made. If you like to print and cut it by hand, you have to do a few things different. How do I explain this? Because I normally don't do those things. I will first go back to the beginning. I will turn this back, so the only thing I did different is putting it back. A printer will not a printer will not print these lines. So all the red lines you see, a printer will not print those. These for a printer are cut lines, and a printer can't see cut lines. So if you want to print and cut these, you have to deselect, only select your box. So now I have my separate box, and then go to the line thickness, put in 0.50 so they are a little bit darker, and give them a light gray color. This will be printed on your packaging now. So if you want your printer to print these lines so you know where to cut and score onto your package, you have to give them line thickness. And that's something you do in this area. So only a little bit of thickness is good enough for your printer to see those lines. And then you can go and print it out and cut it by hand. I know I'm not the best teacher. I just hoped by making this video to show you what I did. It's not so complicated at all. You can do whatever you like with your package. These were just a few tips from me to show you how you would be able to make even your own designer paper. You don't have to do like a drink package. If you go to let's say designer paper background, then you will get background papers. But let me be very clear on this. If you use one of these, you only can use it to make crafts that you give away, not that you sell. Because if you use, for instance, this background, this is somebody's design, and it's making money on somebody else's design. So that's why I never ever sell designs that I made on top of my designs, because I want to respect all the designers, so the people who drew these items. I just wanted to show you how easy it is to make your own designer paper, but again, then it's only for personal use and not to sell on craft fairs or something like that. Well, I hoped you enjoyed this I know I sometimes do things too fast, but yeah. I do my best, and I wanted to give you this workshop for free as a token of my appreciation for always buying my dies, leaving me comments, making orders, buying in my Etsy shop, and for all your love and support. So thank you from my heart, and hope to see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.